Hello dear students, welcome back to the new video session based on HSC Board IT for Commerce chapter number 3, that is Computerized Accounting with GST. Before we learn the new topic, let us begin with one animated video. I know you all love my animations and you love watching all those animated videos, isn't it? So without further ado, let's watch the animated video. Did you enjoy the animations in the video? I hope you do. As we have seen in the video that Miss Ria has finally understood the importance of computerized accounting and she has started applying CAS, that is Computerized Accounting System, in her business, and she has become successful in maintaining books of accounts with the help of computers. To understand CAS, first we will see some basic principles of accountancy with the help of accounting framework. In double entry bookkeeping system, there has to be equal and corresponding sides known as debit and credit. That is, every ledger account has debit side and credit side. Normally, assets and expenditures are being debited and liabilities and income are being credited. In a simple language, in double entry bookkeeping system, the transaction always affects at least two accounts with at least one debit and one credit. Now when we talk about income and expenditure, together forms profit and loss account. Profit and loss account is the financial statement that summarizes the revenue, costs and expenses incurred during a specified period. When we talk about liabilities and assets of the business, the statement showing liabilities and assets of the business is called as balance sheet, and the difference between assets and liabilities is known as equity or net worth or the net assets of the business. We have seen some basic accounting. Now let's begin with the actual topic, that is the manual accounting and computerized accounting. There is always a debate between computerized accounting and manual accounting. Both manual and computerized accounting systems are based on the same principles, conventions, and concepts of accounting. However, they differ only in their mechanism. That is, manual accounting uses pen and paper to record transactions, whereas computerized accounting makes use of computers and internet to enter transactions electronically. As we have seen in the video, when the number of transactions increased and Ria's business started growing, it had become difficult for her to manage the accounts manually, as it takes lots of time to update single transaction in all the accounts that it affects. So the debate continues with manual and computerized accounting, but no doubt, looking at the digital era, one has to shift from manual accounting to computerized accounting. The accounting packages are classified into three categories: ready to use or ready made softwares, customized softwares, and tailored or tailor made softwares. Ready to use software are basically used by small size enterprises, for example, grocery store, medical store, etc. Then the next is customized software. Those are basically used for the medium and large businesses. For example, shopping malls or hospitals. And third one is tailored accounting software. Those are used by geographically scattered companies, for example, MNCs or communication industries. Now, these three are the categories of accounting packages. When we talk about ready to use accounting software, that is, the use of the software is limited to small scale or conventional businesses, and the cost is also low with the low expected level of secrecy. As the number of users and interface are limited, the linkage to other information is also restricted, and the adaptability is high with training requirement is low because it is just for small businesses which does not require any kind of training. Then the customized accounting package is used in large businesses. Say for example shopping malls, they must be having the barcode scanning, and with the help of barcode scanning the bill is being generated and the accounting is being maintained for all the products and services. So the volume for the customized computerized accounting packages and the cost of the same is relatively high, and the training is also required for such kind of softwares or the use of such kind of softwares. Then the third one, that is tailor made, or the software which is being designed as per the need and requirement of the company, is relatively with high cost. When the cost is higher, then the security is more, and the adaptability is also for specific purpose. And such kind of tailor-made softwares need training to the staff how to handle the software. So these are the three types or packages of computerized accounting system. Now let's talk about working of accounting software. It has three main elements, that is input, process and output, which is the common phenomena of any computerized system, having input for data processing and then you will get the output. The output here means generation of various types of reports. Let's understand this thing in little bit more detail. When we talk about input data, that is masters, where you have to create ledgers, groups, vouchers, stock items, unit of measures and go downs under input. And when you create all these things, then the processing is being done by you by applying those ledger accounts with the help of some accounting vouchers or inventory vouchers. or some invoices, that is bills. And finally, you are going to get the reports in the form of output. Say for example, profit and loss account or balance sheet or day book, trial balance and GST summary reports. Now we will move further to understand the process of accounting system. There are various steps involved in computerized accounting system. The first and foremost important step, that is creation of company. In any accounting software, the first step is to create a company and to fill in all the details related to company. Say for example, name of the company, mailing address, then books beginning from, accounting year beginning from, GSTN number, then the website address, phone number or contact number. All these things have to be filled under creation of company. Then the second step, that is creation of ledger. In manual accounting system, we pass the journal entry first. But in computerized accounting system, we can create the required ledgers first and then we can pass the journal entry. But while creating these ledgers, we have to take care about selecting appropriate group for each ledger. We will see this in detail when we will see one accounting package. That is the live example of how to do accounting using the software. Then the third step, that is selection of correct voucher. Based on the nature of the transaction, this is very important to select correct voucher, and selection of correct voucher may give you correct reports like balance sheet, profit and loss account, etc. As we all know that there is GST implied on every purchase and sales since July 2017 in India. So correct GST calculation has to be done for goods or services as per the sale or purchase. So the next step is to calculate accurate GST. The next step, that is posting of the entry, which is nothing but journal entry in our normal terms. But it is being bifurcated or segregated in computerized accounting and it is called as voucher entry. The last step, that is report generation. This is the last step where you are going to get all the ready-made reports, and with the help of those reports, it is easier for the businessman to get analysis and to know whether the company is at profit or at loss. This is how, with the help of computer, all the reports can be generated, and after generation of all the ready-made reports with the help of CAS, you will get balance sheet, profit and loss account, ratio analysis and many more ready-made reports. It also gives you GST reports. Product-wise, month-wise calculations can be seen in the form of reports, which will help to make analysis and further budgeting for next financial year. So in this way, we can create company, then ledgers, then vouchers, GST calculations, and finally we will get such kind of reports, ready-made reports, by using computerized accounting system. We will see some computerized accounting packages. There are two types of softwares: open source software and closed source softwares. Open source software are the softwares which are freely downloadable, and the source code of the software is available to the user. These softwares are designed by open source community on no profit no loss basis. Second one is closed source, which is exactly opposite to open source softwares. They are also called as proprietary softwares, which belongs to some company, and they do charge for downloading and use of their software. Sometimes they also provide some version of software, that is demo version or education version, with some limited features. For example, Tally provides its educational version free of cost. It gives you the hands-on experience to use the accounting package. The limitation for the education version, that it won't allow you to make transaction other than first and second date of every month. Let's see some examples of open source softwares. These are few examples of open source softwares. Those can be freely downloadable from internet. That is WordPress, the one which you all are familiar with, that is the Android. Can you see the icon? Yes, this is the icon for Android, which is freely downloadable operating system. Then this is the icon for Linux. This is also freely downloadable operating system. Rest are the programming languages. This is HTML5, then this is SQL, PHP, then this is CSS3, then this is JavaScript, so on and so forth. So these are the freely downloadable open source softwares. Now let's see some closed source softwares. We all are using these softwares, but we are not aware whether we are using open source or closed source software. This is also called as proprietary software. MS Office is closed source software, that is proprietary software. One has to have the licensed copy of this software. If you are using the software on your PC, it might be the version which you have got at the time of purchase of the laptop or PC, or it might be the pirated one. The pirated software won't support all the features. So this is called as closed source or the proprietary software. Another one is this, that is AutoCAD. Then Windows operating system is also licensed one. You have to have the license copy. You have to purchase the license copy of the same. And the next one is VB.NET. These are the few examples of closed source softwares. Now why I am telling you all these things? Because we are going to learn or we are going to see two separate softwares. One is GnuKhata, that one is open source software, and another is closed source software. So for that matter, you must know first of all the concept of open source and closed source software. Now let us see some accounting softwares. First one is GnuKhata. It is open source and purely Indian software designed by one physically challenged person, Mr. K.K. Mani. You can freely download this software from the website, and regular accounting for small businesses can be done with the help of GnuKhata. The name of the software is GnuKhata, GNU Khata. But if you want some customization as per the need and requirement of the company, that is the change in your accounting package, then you have to pay some donation to this community and you can get the software as per your need. Next one is Ledger SME, which is also designed for small and medium business. The third one, that is Tally, which is the most popular and most widely used accounting software for education purpose also. We will learn the education version of Tally and how to do accounting using Tally. The educational version is freely downloadable just with the date limitation. Next one is accounting, which is also free to use software for personal as well as enterprise accounting management. And the last one, that is GnuCash, which is a personal and small business financial accounting software, and this is also freely downloadable. So these are a few examples of accounting softwares. We are going to see how to do computerized accounting with the help of Tally ERP9. So let's start with Tally ERP9 software. Let us now see computerized accounting using Tally ERP9. Tally is one of the most popular and widely used financial accounting software. It is a comprehensive business accounting software which provides enterprise resource planning and inventory management as well. It follows the principle of double entry bookkeeping system. In the year 2017, it was updated to comply with the Indian Goods and Service Tax requirements. You can freely download Tally ERP9 software from the website http://tallysolutions.com/download. It allows you to access almost all the features of enterprise package other than selection of various dates. Once you download the software and run its setup, you will see the first screen or the flash screen of Tally ERP9. If you have license version, you can directly log in. Otherwise, you have to choose the option that is work in education mode. You have to click on the option work in education mode. Once you click on education mode, you will come across company info. And under that company info menu, you have to choose create company option for creating a company in Tally software. Company creation screen will appear, and here you have to type all the details regarding your company. For example, name of the company, address, state, PIN code number, contact details, then books and financial year details, and security controls. Tally provides us with a password security to protect our company data. It is optional, but to give password is the most secure way to keep your data safe. After successful filling of company information, Tally will take you to the next screen, that is the Gateway of Tally screen. It is the most important and useful screen. It displays the menu, reports, then here you can see the list of companies, then the shortcut bar, keys and calculator. Also you can see the license version and the updates related to this. Here you can see that this is educational mode. We are using educational mode, the name of the software and other details as well. From this screen only, we are going to get almost everything which is required for computerization of accounting system. First and foremost important thing is that creation of ledger. Here you can see that after clicking on Gateway of Tally, you have to click on Masters, then Accounts Info and then Ledgers to create ledger. While creating ledger, one can choose single ledger option. From single ledger option, there are three sub options, that is create, display and alter, or you can also choose multiple ledger where also there are three options, create, display and alter. Or once you create a ledger, then you have to allocate a group to the ledger. After creation of the ledger, allocation of group to the ledger is very important. Here you can see that salary ledger account is being created and you can give the group to this ledger from this list. You have to select the correct group name to this ledger. We will study about these groups when we see the live examples. Then the next part, normally we use such kind of Bahi Khata or such kind of journal entry book in our traditional bookkeeping and accountancy. But this type of book is eliminated and it is being taken place by the vouchers. We are going to see how to create vouchers. The path to go to voucher entry, as I said, Gateway of Tally is the most important screen. From there, transactions, and from transactions we are going to select accounting vouchers option. Now let us understand some types of accounting vouchers. A voucher is a document that contains details of the financial transaction. For every transaction, correct and appropriate voucher can be selected. Tally provides ready-made vouchers such as contra, payment, receipt, journal, sales and purchase. Every voucher has a function key to open it. Here you can see F4 key is used for contra voucher, F5 key is for payment, F6 for receipt, F7 for journal, F8 for sales and F9 for purchase voucher. Posting of the entry into appropriate voucher type is the soul of computerized accounting system. Now let us understand the types of vouchers. We have seen these types of vouchers: contra, payment, receipt, journal, sales and purchase. Let us now understand the types of vouchers by its nature. First, we will see the transaction for depositing money into the bank or withdrawing money from the bank. Whenever there is such kind of transaction that you are depositing money into bank or withdrawing money from the bank, then that type of transaction to be posted under contra voucher. Whenever you are giving cash to someone or cash is going out of the business, then that type of transaction can be recorded in payment voucher type. Next one, where you are receiving cash from someone, that means the cash is coming in your business, then such type of transactions can be recorded in receipt voucher. The next one, that is whenever there is any rectifying or transfer or adjustment type of entries, then those entries can be recorded under journal voucher type. The next one, that is whenever there is cash or credit sale of goods or services, then such kind of sale type of activities can be recorded under sales voucher. And the last one, that is whenever there is cash or credit purchase of goods or services, then that has to be recorded under purchase voucher. So we have seen all the voucher types. Voucher is nothing but a document that contains details of financial transactions. It can be considered as a journal entry in our manual accounting. But in manual accounting, we just post the entries without their type. But here, as per the transaction's nature, we are going to bifurcate it in different types of vouchers. So we have seen 6 types of vouchers. Purchase voucher, then we have seen sales voucher, where cash, credit, sale of goods and services can be considered. Then rectifying, transfer, adjustment entries under journal voucher. Then the cash is coming in the business or you are receiving cash from someone, from your customer, then receipt voucher. When you are giving cash to your supplier or cash is going out of the business, then payment voucher. And whenever cash is deposited into or withdrawn from bank, then contra voucher. Now don't get confused. We will see live example, we will see tally interface, and I'm sure you all will understand all these things very clearly and all your doubts will get clear. So now with this, we have finished with the computerized accounting with GST part 1, that is up to page number 50 from your IT commerce textbook. In my next video, we will see how to do accounting with the help of Tally ERP 9. So do watch my next video and don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. See you in the next video where we will learn how to create a company, create ledger, create vouchers in Tally ERP 9. Till then, stay safe and healthy. And don't forget to learn, because learn today for better tomorrow.